Watch.
Holy shit.
Whoa. Good morning, guys. What's going on? Today, I forgot that I had a gig. So I gotta get my beard, look at this. Forest growing on my neck right now. I gotta get trimmed, but I didn't take an appointment because this was short notice. So instead of calling, I'm just gonna show up. Hopefully they have some time for me. If not, well, I'll sit myself in a barber chair and I won't move until they do it. And then also I have to go get a lens. I don't have to get a lens, but this lens here is super noisy. Just listen. Isn't that the worst?
20 minutes later.
All right, so it turns out they didn't have the L series, the 1.4 fixed, so gotta deal with this. Thing is, I leave for New York tomorrow. I know Xavier Spade has one, he could probably lend me, but if not, I might have to Amazon Prime it. Just not sure it's gonna get here in time before I leave. So, off to the barbershop. I'm gonna show you something really tricky, okay?
Yes,
Check this out. Any card at all, any one you want. This one? Yeah. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this one, and we're gonna take these two. I'm gonna take this card, I'm gonna put it between these two. Okay? Watch. Hold on. Hold on, look, come here. It's weird, right? Yeah. The way that happens, but here, I'm gonna actually show you something a little bit more strange. So this is how it works, watch. If I take that card, and I put it this way, okay? Watch.
Holy shit.
Whoa.
I'm shook. There you go.
You need to do me a favor.
What's up?
I need you. I need a haircut and a beard.
You need a haircut?
Yeah.
You need a haircut?
Can you hook me up?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Good. Oh, damn.
Oh.
Hello, darkness, my old
Feels bad. Morning, Campos.
Good morning, Chris. Barber Campos is ready for you, Chris.
Superhero Barber Campos. Yo, okay, I'm back. Let me adjust this. So it turns out, as I said, they didn't have the lens, which kind of really sucks. However, I did get my beard cut, feeling good about that. Kind of stings right now, look how red this is. That's what happens when you wait too long. So now it's time to go back home, get ready for the gig. Hope you guys like that trick, by the way. A little bizarre twist by Paul Harris. All right, I'm back home. Time to get ready for the gig. But before I do, I had this in my pocket today. You know what these are? Not unlike like the Gold Knights or some other decks, but this is like super lustered gold. These cards are actually pretty dope. They're made by my friend Michael Stern. They are now sold out, I believe. I'm not sure if there's any left, but they are pretty cool, and I'm gonna take a look at these with you. I wanted to sort of unbox this because Michael was nice enough to send me one of these. This is a box filled with these. This is a gold brick, basically, of these gold decks. What's cool about that is that this box is actually like origami. It has the Art of Play logo, and it sort of unfolds flat and then jumps back open. So now we take a look at these cards together right quickly. Let's go. And by the way, I know a lot of you are wondering what this thing is back here that's flickering. It's Lemetric. It's basically just a sub counter. It counts the amount of subs I have in real time. Also gives me tweets and news and everything else. So it's kind of like my phone, but I don't have to take it out of my pocket. It's just kind of there over me while I work. And I guess because of the frame rate and the camera, it makes it look like it's flickering when it really isn't in real life. So thanks to those of you who pointed that out, by the way. All right, back to whatever we were doing. Let's go. So these are a bit used and busted up because I've been using them, and I don't want to destroy my beautiful brick that I have right now. I probably will eventually. But this says your turn. It has a cool seal right here, which says your turn. Pop that open and you got the cards on the inside. It says My Turn Mixtape Volume 1, which means this is one of possibly many. Who knows? Here's what I really love. The contrast between this and the cards. And you're like, what are those? What are those? So first and foremost, we have this incredible back design. These are probably the most like flamboyant cards I've ever seen, and they're a mix of 3 different decks, 2 of which I don't have, but 1 of which I do. One is the stripes pattern, as you see that round bulb here. That was by dealer script. Hold on, I might have this stripes pattern here. So as you can see, that stripes pattern. So these are all like the hypest cardistry decks out there. You got Fontaine, the F for the Fontaines, and then the rest of the deck is the Cardistry Con deck, basically. basically. So you've got a mix of all these three coming together, making this. It's almost as if it's so ugly that it's beautiful. It's like abstract, colorful, and you have to sort of understand where this comes from to really appreciate it, I think. Because other than that, you're like, this is just a mess. This is just like a clip art mess. I actually love this design because I know the backstory of where this comes from, and it kind of has like meaning to me, and it has like a bit of an inside joke, but at the same time, it's super fresh. I think this combination is really, really fresh, and I'm not even kidding about that. The best thing about these cards, however, by far, is how they feel. These are so soft. So these were made along with the mass run Cardistry Con deck, so I think they got like a good deal in terms of like the stock and finish. I don't know, maybe it's random, but these feel amazing. They really, really do. And here's what the faces look like. Let's take a look at those. Those standard faces, but then you have a double backer like this. Not really double backer, but those are little poop emojis. Let me see if I can get in there. Those are little bitty poop emojis. Poop deck is it's a long story, but poop card. Next we have, these are the Jokers. My turn was here. Whoa! And then another Joker, identical. Volume 1 is an ad card. And then the Ace of Spades, super fresh Ace of Spades. I love it. Just out of the box thinking on that. I love it a lot. And that's it. So that is the super hype deck. By the way, this is a one-way design. So if I take these two cards, you can see here, this is a one-way design, but it's a cardistry deck, so it doesn't really matter. But also the one-way design doesn't really look like a one-way design until you fan it out. You kind of notice, but again, because it's so abstract, I really like it, and that's all I got to say about these. Thanks, Michael. All right, well, that's all I got to say about that. That's it for the vlog today. Just kind of like spending a day with the camera and you folks at home. So hope you enjoyed that. Hope you liked that performance. And I can't leave you a link for this deck, unfortunately. I don't think it exists anymore. When it does, I guess it'll restock at Art of Play. So I'll leave that link below where you can shop some other playing cards. Other than that, I gotta eat this muffin and get back to getting ready to go to the gig tonight. But I'll let you guys know how that goes. Leaving to New York tomorrow. So tomorrow is Thursday, and I made a mistake on the last vlog. I said Thursday the 9th. Friday the 9th, I will be doing a meetup at Washington Square Park at like 1 p.m. So Friday the 9th at 1 p.m. Washington Square Park. Be there, let's jam it out, and we'll see you then. Peace, rap. Hey, so here's the story. I tried to upload this video for yesterday, basically, which is today, but for you, it was yesterday, and my whole computer crashed. I lost the whole file. I had to re-edit everything, and it took me forever to edit. As you saw, there was a lot of transitions and crazy cuts and music and sound effects, and I was really proud of this vlog, and I had to restart it. So I had to reinstall the software and then re-import, and then it was a nightmare. But because I'm uploading this, which is now your today, I had some extra time to jump in and tell you how the gig went. So I performed for about 200 to 300 engineers in a really swanky hotel. You know, engineers are of this thing I'm telling you, engineers are the people who like to figure things out. Literally, their job is to engineer, is to figure stuff out, how it works. That's the way their mind works. These people are geniuses in their own respects. And so being a magician walking into that environment is daunting a little bit, because you're aware that these people, all they're trying to do is figure you out. You can't stop them from that. This is one of those cases where, you know, we talk a lot about, oh, it's about the presentation. It's not about the method, right? But to these people, getting to the presentation is so far from their minds. Like, if you try and talk about anything other than the method, like if you come across telling them a story or anything, they think you're just trying to sneak the method somehow. That's all they're looking for, the method the whole time. And you know, there's a few moments where I performed and I really got through to some of them and they were just super engaged, but for the most part, people were just like, oh, I'm gonna figure that out, but in a good way, you know? So it was a challenge, but at the same time I looked at it and I kind of liked it, because if they got it, I would tell them that they got it, and they felt validated. They felt great about that. And not only that, they were actually more impressed with the method. They were like, wow, that's incredible that you did that. Like, I caught that, but you know, you're amazing. So it's a weird place to be. And here's an example of one person I performed to, and he was like really impressed with a lot of what I did because he was super analytical. So I did this trick where I take a deck of cards, he puts it behind his back, gives it a cut or two, takes the top card, puts it into his pocket, and I know the card that he took, right? And so I did this to him. I said, put it behind your back. He did so, and I said, cut it once, cut it twice, however many times you want. And he's like, okay. And he took his time, and I was like, all right. And then he gave it back to me, and I eventually got the card, and he freaked out. He was floored, and I was like, you know, just the kind of reaction I was hoping for. But then he's like, how did you do that? And I was like, well, you know, it's not my place to really tell you how I did it. And he said to me, no, because I tricked you. I took the deck and I pushed the cards together. He did this to me. I pushed the cards together, not once, but twice. I cut the cards once, and then I shuffled them twice, and then I cut the cards twice. And you still got it. So if there was a sequence, now your sequence is no good anymore. Now I'm sitting here like, pardon me? But in reality, I was more like, well, yeah, it's fine. You could shuffle all you want. That's what I said, you know? And he, at this point, he let go of everything. He was like, I concede. Please show me more. And then, you know, so it's almost like I had to, beyond a shadow of a doubt, prove to them that they couldn't figure anything out. And that's not the way I like to perform magic normally. But for them, that's to be initiated and to be in their graces and in their presence and to show them more magic, for them to be interested, I really had to unequivocally fool the crap out of them. Then they were on board. So it was an interesting thing, and I thought I'd share that with you guys. So it's not always about the story. Sometimes, depending on the situation, you have to adapt. It was a fun experience. But now I gotta edit this video, take this monkey suit off, and pack my bags because I'm off to New York in the morning. So thanks for watching, guys. Peace out. Again, rock.